Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a new video where I'll be showcasing a few custom medals that I've made over the past few months. They don't look perfect right now, there's still a lot of polish to be done, but I still wanted to show you guys the progress that I've done up until this point. So yeah, without further ado, let's start with the first medal. The first medal that I worked on is Vengeance. It can be found in the same room that we with Spooder in chapter 1. I think it's a really good spot because it forces you to go back to this area, and it's not really something you do in normal game. It can only be obtained in chapter 4 because you need dig to access Snake Mount after chapter 1. Obviously you can get dig early with some glitches, but I won't talk about those. Vengeance is a 3 MP medal that grants a permanent max charge when the equipped bug is the last one alive. So pretty much if your teammates dies, you just get a permanent charge. It's a really strong medal because it can give you like a boost of attack power really fast if you have a subtle build, like a Kabu defense build or something like that. But you have to keep in mind that you have to like survive with the only one bug alive, so you don't have access to any relay and stuff. So it can be like there's pros and cons to having a Vengeance build. Next up, we have Blightfurry. It can be found in the secret room right before the Zamat boss in Snake Mount Lab. Blightfurry is a 5 MP medal that grants Leaf Magic the ability to inflict poison on any target. So Leaf Magic includes all of his attack, so basic attack and his spells. Even Bubble Shield, Charge Up, all of his spells. It's honestly one of the strongest medals of this set. It can activate a lot of combos with poison builds. It's kinda crazy. You can Bubble Shield your teammate and poison them and activate Poison Attacker. You can poison all of the enemies with a nice fall, and also the poison stacks. So if you do 2 attacks on a boss, you'll do 4 turn of poison because it does 2 every time. So it's it's a pretty crazy medal. It's honestly really good even by itself because you're just gonna do 1 more damage every turn, but it just stacks, so it's pretty much infinite if you just have it on Leaf and just attack normally. So yeah, it's a really crazy medal, and I don't know if 5 MP is too low for that, but I like having like powerful medal in the game, so I'm probably gonna leave it at that for now. Next one is Tangitas. It can be found in Arya's house in Golden Settlement. It's a 1 MP medal that increases the power of Mighty Pebble by 1 and change the pebble to be Tangerine. It's kind of a meme medal, but we have some idea in the future to make more medals to create kind of a pebble build. The Tangerine appearance is in game 2, but you have like a low chance of getting it. But with this medal, you just always get a Tangerine. Next up is Flavor Charger. It can be found on Metal Island in the restaurant place. Flavor Charger is a 3 MP medal that gives you a charge when consuming a food item. It's kind of another version of Weak Stomach, but it gives you a charge instead of poison. It's a really good medal that you have access to charge easily early game. And you can also use item that gives 2 effects, like heals TP and HP, so that you gain 2 charge instead of 1. You obviously need items to activate it, so it's not that broken, but it can be really strong and with the right setup. The next 2 medals are Frost Needles and Blazing Needles. The ice one can be found in Sandcastle, and the fire one can be found in the oven room right before the final boss. They both act like the other needle medal in the game, so they're pretty simple. They pretty much gives you a chance of getting the status of that needle medal. So the ice one gives a chance of freezing an enemy, and the fire one gives you a chance of burning an enemy. We want to make more fire medals in the future because that status feels incomplete compared to poison. So if you have any idea for fire medals, please share them in the comments. The next medal goes into the danger build. Adrenaline is a 4 MP medal that grants you an extra turn when low on HP. It can be found in Patent Hut and for second hands. It's a really strong medal where you don't even have to have a build for it to make it work. This medal combined with last attack and last stand is super powerful. Important to note that if you start the fight with low HP, you'll still get the effect. The next set of metals are for a Numb build. Bug battery can be found in the Honey Factory. It's a 2 MP metal that numb the equipped bug when charged. This seems really bad, but it's a metal that activates the whole build, so it's like weak stomach in a sense. The other metal is Potential Energy. It can also be found in Honey Factory. It's a 3 MP metal that grants you an extra turn every turn that you're numbed. So this means that you can accumulate extra turn until numbs runs out. And the last metal of this build is Kinetic Energy. It's in the room where we fight Broodmother. It's a 5 MP metal that deals extra damage equals to a third of your extra turns. This is a metal that you can use without the Numb build. As long as the equipped bug has at least 3 extra turns, it's gonna give you 1 attack power. This means that you can do just bolt relay on the bug and you're gonna gain a free attack power. Alright, so the idea of this build is to numb a bug infinitely by charging it. While it's charged, it's gonna gain 1 extra turn every turn. And because it's numbed, it's not gonna lose these extra turns. And the more turn you gain, the more powerful you get with Kinetic Energy. The build right now is kinda broken, because coupled with Shark Trapper, you're just invincible pretty much. So there's a lot of broken build in this game, but we need to nerf this one a bit. If you have any idea on how to nerf it, please share them in the comments. Next up is the Holographic metal. The location and sprite of this one is not final, so the sprite is just an holographic Charizard right now. The goal is to have an holographic Spooder card from Spy Cards for the sprite. This is a 0 MP metal that changes the sprite of the team to be holographic. This is purely cosmetic and has no other effect. I really like the cosmetic metal from Paper Mario, like the Luigi and Wario ones, so I figured it would be cool to have something like that in the game. The holographic effect is the same as the one from Cave of Trials or the boss. The last metal is Autoskill. This metal is in Cave of Trial right now, but we want it to be the reward for beating it. Autoskill is a 6 MP metal that lets you use your teammates' skill by transforming into an holographic form of them. The metal is not close to finish yet, because I still need to do the transforming into the holographic form thing. But I figured I would still show it because it's pretty funny right now. What ends up happening is that they're trying to use sprite at certain index that correspond to their own sprite and not the other bug sprite. I think you'll understand pretty quickly what's happening. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. If you guys have any metals idea, please share them in the comments. And also, huge thanks to Nellophame, Gatorade, and Serena for doing the metal sprites. They did an incredible job, and all the sprites feels like they belong in the game. Also, huge thanks to Ant for helping me with the metal idea that you saw in this video. If you want to see more Fables related content like speedrunning, modding, stuff like that, please consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!